Getting the Mystic Spearhand Master move is a lot easier than you might think, but it is in a particular location that you may not be going to until later on in the game. So I'm going to quickly walk through the entire process on how you can get this Master move for the Mystic Spearhand in Dragon's Dogma 2. Let's get into it. Now, of course, you can't actually unlock this Master move until you had the Vocation Mystic Spearhand. All you have to do is progress the game until you're told by Captain Brant to get to Melve. When you return to Melve, you'll see this dragon, then you have to go through and fight and defeat until it flies away. Once the dragon flies away, you will actually be approached by Sigurd, who is actually going to be the master that you're looking for the Mystic Spearhand. Essentially, just going through this conversation with him completely unlocks the Vocation for you, and then you can switch over to it as much as you want to, and it's a very fun Vocation in my opinion. So now that you've actually gone through and gotten the Mystic Spearhand Vocation, you can now make your way through the game until you get to a very particular place called Dragonsbreath Tower. Now, Dragonsbreath Tower is a place that you can seek out all on your own very early on. Nothing stops you. There's nothing that's in the way to stop you from getting to this location very early on. As you can see, it is at the very bottom left part of the map, just past Dogma. And when you first get here, you'll see this giant destroyed tower with one of the dragons, ironically the dragon that you defeated earlier on in Melve, just hanging out in this area. Now, as you approach into this area, you will get a quick little cutscene where Sigurd actually starts talking to you and asks to accompany you through this tower to help slay the dragon that you just saw in the cutscene. Now, from here, it is very straightforward. Make your way up to the top of this tower and defeat this dragon any way possible. And I will have a full video outlining all the different treasures you can find inside this area as well, because there's a lot of good stuff you can pick up. One of which is actually going to be a very strong Mystic Spearhand weapon, one of the duo spears that you get for simply defeating the dragon. It will be on its corpse, but nonetheless, this is one of the nicer things you can get in this tower. And very shortly after you defeat the dragon as well, Sigurd's going to come up to you and start a conversation, basically saying that you look very ready to learn, and this is when he's going to give you the Mystic Spearhand's Master move, which is a really strong move in my opinion. And that's the only requirement that you have to do. Get to this entire location and defeat the dragon that is on this tower with Sigurd around with you. Now, you're not going to have an option. Sigurd is going to accompany you whether you like it or not through this tower. Now, this Master move itself is a little different compared to some of the other Master moves that you can get inside the game of Dragon's Dogma 2 for the other vocations. The name of this, as you can see, is called Wild Fury, which allows you to relentlessly attack enemies around you, automatically jumping between a couple. Now, it does deplete your stamina very quickly, but depending on how much you use it, depends on how much stamina is taking off, which I think is very nice compared to some of the other ones that just completely drain you. And it fits very well into the already set moves that you get with the Mystic Spearhand themselves. It allows you to quickly jump between foes, get out of fights, or quickly dash to enemies that are already weak to make easy kills. Now, one downside to this attack is just like all the other mastery moves, as much as you use it, the more of your stamina is going to be going and leaves you in a very vulnerable position very quickly. But this does also let you get behind some shielded enemies very easily as well, because you have two different pieces of you attacking at once. So overall, it's very straightforward on how you get the Mystic Spearhand's Master move. It's just going to take you a while to actually get to the location to get this Master move from Sigurd in the Dragonsbreath Tower. It's also good to mention that the Dragonsbreath Tower will be a little more difficult leading up to that area, because that area in and of itself is just going to have higher level monsters because of where it is in the map. So I would say about level 35 to 40 would probably be a really good area to be in. That way you can easily fight against all the different monsters you'll run across in Dragonsbreath Tower and the surrounding area. But with all of my guys, I hope you guys did find it helpful. Let me know what you think about the Master move. Again, I think it's a fantastic addition to the already sick set of moves that the Mystic Spearhand has, but as always, I am curious about your guys' opinion on this. Now, as always, if you did find this helpful, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button so I know that you did find it helpful, and I will catch you guys in the next video.